afternoon. Hello, welcome back to my farmhouse kitchen and welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting, and today cast your mind back. If you're new, obviously you won't remember, but a while ago, and I have to try and find the video, I made chocolate self-saucing pudding, and I was talking to you about a caramel one that I used to make my kids years ago. We're probably going back 15-20 years, and I thought I had a recipe and I thought it was in the Edmonds cookbook. Long story short, couldn't find it. Anyway, I got this cookbook from a friend when I was 28, so it's 30 something odd years old now, and I was just flicking through it and I've got my favorites in it, and I started right at the beginning, and the first thing I put in there was my carrot cake, which is absolutely beautiful, and the second one is the handwritten recipe for caramel self-saucing pudding. All this time I've been looking for it, and I had it all along. So I thought, well, why don't we make this today, because the chocolate self-saucing pudding was a favourite, and yeah, I actually had a viewer that contacted me to say that she'd tried that pudding a couple of times and it wasn't very saucy. It's sort of all soaked in, and that kind of does happen with this pudding, and that is particularly why I double the sauce. But if you want it extra saucy, you could try and triple it. I'm not sure how that would work though, but I haven't made this recipe in a long time, a very long time. I'm talking probably 15 years. So nothing like a little bit of extra pressure to see that it actually works, and we're just going to make it together. All right, it's a relatively quick, simple recipe. We're going to bung it in the oven, and we will, I would say, I'm going to double the sauce, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like, and you'll see that it's not, yeah, anyway, we'll have a look, because like I said, it's been forever since I made this. Alright, so I will put the recipe in either the description below. I'll either have it written or the link to the website, which will have the printed recipe for you. Okay, so first things I'm going to do is I'll take the roasting pan out of the oven. Been away for a couple of days, so I might have to give that a bit of a wash. And I thought, nice way to say, hello husband, here's a pudding for you for after dinner. So we need 180 fan forced, and I'm just going to get all my ingredients ready, and we'll use the stand mixer, but of course you could use this with just, you know, a wooden spoon. Okay, so I'm going to get all the ingredients together. Right, I am just about out of my flour, and I've run out of my bucket flour, so I vacuum pack my flour, and let me know if you want me to show you how I do that. But I basically put it into lunch paper bags and then vacuum seal it. So this has been vacuum sealed for, I'd say, probably a good 2 years. And when I go and get my next 20 kilo bag, yeah, let me know if you want me to show you how I do it. Right, so it is rock hard, but as soon as you let the air into it, it's really good. And you just pour it straight into the into whatever you store your flour into. It's you will have little clumps of flour, but they are very soft, so they're not hard to get out. And all I do is, once I've put it in there, is I just grab a wooden spoon and just give it a mix, and that takes all the clumps out of it. So that's just a little hack that I use. Right. The other thing that you could do is put it through a sieve, which I'll probably do rather than muck around. put everything out, I'll just grab a sieve. And these are my instructions. I've got the ingredients and then I've got mix, pour sauce on. So yeah, good on you, Stacey. Good on you, 20-something Stacey. So let's just do that. We're just going to bang it all in. So it doesn't have any eggs, which is good. Oh, and I've grabbed a baking dish. Alright, so and I'm going to I think I'm going to double it. So I'm just going to push this through a sieve. Honestly, it's absolutely in perfect condition. So we want, I'm going to double this. So 2 cups of flour, just plain. I use premium flour from Gilmore's. So there's the flour. What else do we need? Sugar. Now I thought because it's a caramel self-saucing pudding, I'm going to use brown sugar, but it looks like I've used white in the recipe, otherwise I would have had BS and brown sugar. And it says 3/4 of a cup. Well, I don't want to use 3/4 of a cup per recipe, so I'm going to ad-lib this recipe as I go. So I've used a cup of brown sugar there. What else do we need? We need some baking powder. Some melted butter. Who's got time for that? Not me. So I'm going to, if this is really very softened butter, it's room temperature, I'm just going to bung that in there. And the mixer can do all the work. So we've got that, and then we want some vanilla essence. And lastly, some milk. I'm trying to use up the milk because it needs to be used up. And I tell you what, I'm going to chuck a little bit of golden syrup into this. It's in the sauce, but I actually want it in the cake part as well. Okay. Pop the kettle on, and then I'm just going to give it a good mix. Still learning the art of getting the paddle on a KitchenAid. After so many years of using a Kenwood, need to put this away. Right, so I'm just going to mix and then I'll come back to you. And you just want to give it a good mix to make sure that butter is well combined, and then halfway through just scrape down the sides. Right. I gave that a really good mix, probably about a minute, and oh, it smells so good. I think putting the golden syrup in there would have been a good addition. Right, come on, get most of the batter out as I can. Maybe I could use a spoon. Right, so it's quite a thick batter, and that's what you want because you're about to put quite a bit of boiling water on top of this cake. So in the meantime, you need to boil your jug, and you need 3 cups of boiling water, so make sure you've got enough for that. This one is bending on me. Oh, smells good. Right, now we're just going to put that sort of evenly on the bottom. You can see the specks of butter in there, that's fine, that'll mould through. Okay, can you see how stiff that dough is? Right, so I want that, and I'm going to get 3 cups of boiling water. I'm going to get 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and hopefully I've got 4 tablespoons of golden syrup. And if you don't know what golden syrup is, it's this thick syrup that you use mostly in baking. Looks like I might just be able to scrape enough. What I could do is sit there, don't fall, don't fall. Just be careful because it is boiling water. Took the label off. There, that got the last of it out. Just give it a good stir. And then we're going to add 50 grams of butter. As well. I'm just going to let that melt, and then we're just going to pour it over this batter. Okay, it's not quite melted, but that's alright, it'll continue to melt. So we're just going to pop all of that. Get the last of the sugar. And then we're going to pop that in the 180 oven for roughly 30 minutes. Right, I've put it in the oven, and I've put my timer on for 20 minutes so that I can have a look at it after 20 minutes, and we'll both have a look, and then it'll probably need another 10 after that, so I will bring you back once that is ready to go. Alright, so that's 20 minutes done. We will have a look and see where it's at. Oh my gosh. It's looking really good. So it definitely needs that extra 10 minutes. So we will come back in 10 more minutes. Alright, let's take another look. Oh, that's looking much better. It's all saucy and jiggly. Now I'm going to take it out, and we're just going to put a skewer and have a look and see that it's cooked. So what you're looking for is just, I use a fork, you just move it and make sure that it's not doughy, and that is fully cooked and ready. Now if I jiggle it, can you see? It's quite saucy, yum. Right, and there's plenty of sauce there, and see how it's nice and thick. That thickened up just from it sort of like thickens up with the flour and the actual cakey part. Right, let's give this a try. Right, this is going to be super hot, super hot, but look at all that sauce. So I will definitely put this in the description, but it will also be on the new website. And there's loads of sauce in there. Right, obviously you could top it with whipped cream if you like, or a bit of vanilla ice cream or something like that. But I'm just going to have a try, hopefully without burning my mouth. You could have it cold if you like. It smells so good, honestly. That is so good. It's definitely got that caramel flavour, and the cake part is so tender and very moist. Just like I remember, if not better. Alright, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and hope to see you on the next one. Alright, bye for now.